Hey guys, Dom here, and today I've got another one of those custom card videos, but on a requested type, which is vampires. Yeah, so there's already quite a few of these in the game, but they don't really have any sort of concrete foundation to really work off properly. Most of them are endurance, so I've made this a pure endurance archetype for this video. But there are a few in agility, and I think there's one, maybe even two, in willpower, and obviously there's a warrior as well. But other than that, let's just see what I came up with. So, the first card we've got is the Vampire Cattle. This is a Nord plus Vampire, 3 cost, no power, 1 health. And yeah, last gasp, you get to draw a vampire of your choice from your deck. This is pretty strong, hence the no power and only 1 health, because it allows you just to have free range over your entire deck for what you want. I kind of base this off how Crucible Blacksmith gets items from your deck, and that can grab some powerful items. So I thought maybe if I bump up the power of this a bit, it kind of balances out. But yeah, this is just something to help the archetype have a bit of draw power, and as it has got 0 power, it does need to be destroyed, probably by your opponent or other means. Okay, so next we have a Blood Magic spell. So this isn't just like a card you get in your collection. This is a creator's card from Blood Magic spells, just because that explains why it's so strong for such a low price. Like I said again, creator's card, not an actual card of the collection. Please don't go insane seeing such a strong card at a low cost. And all this does is it destroys a creature and allows you to gain health equal to that creature's health. So it's just another... It's a 5th card to add to the Blood Magic spell roster, and because you never get to choose them, it's complete probability that you get this. But it's really nice, it adds removal to the archetype, and kind of fits in more with that drainy, life-sucky side of vampires. Never thought I'd say life-sucky, but yeah, I think it would kind of work. Okay, so next we have the Volkihar Underling, a 3 cost 2/2 with Drain, and when it's killed, you draw a Blood Magic spell, but this would be random. I forgot to write the word random, so we draw a random Blood Magic spell, but increase its cost to 7. Now, when I made this card, I wasn't too sure whether I should make it 7 or 8, depending on what card you get, because obviously Gargoyle isn't worth as much as Blood Leech that I just showed off, or Reanimate, or the one which allows you to resurrect 2 creatures at random. But yeah, I thought 7's maybe a good value, and maybe bump this up to a 3 cost instead of having it be a 2 cost, so it sort of works. This is one where I think the numbers could probably be debated, but it's a nice card just for allowing you to easily get 1 Blood Magic spell, and you'll see later how that affects the rest of the archetype. Our next rare card is the Bloodthirsty Vampire, with a picture like that. Seems a bit dodgy, but yeah, this is a 5 cost 5/5, and when summoned you consume a creature from your opponent's discard pile, and it increases the rest of your opponent's copies of that card by 2, whether it's in the hand or the deck. So this is kind of like that Twilight card in Intelligence, but instead of just banishing the ones in the deck, it will make it harder for them to play more of those cards, but it won't just cut off their ability to play it. So I think this is quite nice just because it restricts your opponent's plays and slows them down, allowing you to kind of outpace them, which is something that obviously Endurance struggles with quite a lot, as it's the slowest of the attributes, I believe. Please don't hate me if it's not. Okay, so now we're moving on to the epics, and we're going to start with the 6 cost Eternal Night Lord, a 2/7 card with charge and drain, and when it's killed, you draw a card and you reduce its cost by the amount of damage this card dealt. Obviously, I think this is just a really nice card because it has that quick attacking ability with charge, it has drain, so it'll heal you, and when it dies you actually get to have a bit of draw power and have that card be a lot cheaper. Maybe it should be half the damage this card dealt, depending on how much you can actually, get this card off. But realistically, if your opponent's, got a good hand with control or something like that, they could probably shut this card down in a turn or 2, so it's only going to be reducing a card by like 4 or 6 at most in really good situations. So next we have the Vampiric Crypt, a 7 cost support with only 2 uses, and when you activate it you get to resurrect a vampire that costs 5 or less, but it's banished when it's destroyed. This is because I don't want you just, oh no, Chad Thottington's been sent to the graveyard, let's just bring him back next turn, or let's bring him back this turn, because I just traded him. So I thought it kind of balances out if they do get banished for good after that. The reason why it's a 7 cost and only has 2 uses, and restricted to units which are 5 cost or less, is just so it's all kind of relatively balanced within the game and doesn't allow you to just casually resurrect really powerful units for realistically a cost of 7 on turn 1 and then nothing for the second time. Okay, so our first unique legendary is Orioles Bow. Okay, that picture's not the best for representing it, but it's the best I could find of a good quality, especially from the unused card art or created cards from Legends. But anyway, this is a 4 cost, which increases a unit's power by 3, and if the card successfully attacks directly, whether that's through breakthrough or just obviously slapping them in the face, it means they are immune to damage until their next turn, meaning they'll have to be destroyed by things like removal, lethal, because they're immune to damage, but they obviously, lethal will get through that, or I believe it should if it doesn't. And yeah, it's just a way of buffing up a unit pretty much to make it quite deadly and dangerous. Okay, so finally we have Serrano. You had to expect this to come. Got to get all the fanboys and fangirls really happy with one of the most iconic vampires in the Elder Scrolls series. So she is an 8 cost 5/7 who has the ability, when you activate a blood magic spell, summon a 1/1 skeleton. Yeah, I didn't write it there, but it is just a 1/1 unit with no effect. It would be summoned to a lane of your choice. Obviously didn't write that down because I didn't want this card to seem too waffly. And it also has expertise, add a random blood magic spell to your hand. So it has that way of giving you blood magic spells and then pooping out units for you to kind of throw at your opponent. One thing I will say about this card is, because it doesn't instantly give you a blood magic spell, unless you already have one in your hand, it doesn't guarantee the first effect to ever get used. So I think it's pretty balanced and quite a cool card for Legends. But that's going to wrap up the video there. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'm always welcome for more kind of recommendations, either whether that being telling me how I should make the cards or what cards people would like to see. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.